This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Jalen Hurts was almost a Cowboy. Seriously? And also, Devon Allen speaks to the media on how hard it is to make the roster. And lastly, we got to talk about the cuts that happened today. But let's get straight into it. All right, yes, let's talk about it. Jalen Hurts was almost a Cowboy, but was he? The Cowboys had a chance to draft Jalen Hurts and they picked Trayvon Diggs, which wasn't a bad pick. But I have no idea what Jerry Jones is talking about. Let me put this up here. Yes, that ugly image. Yes, what is Jerry Jones talking about? He had the 51st, we had the 53rd. But there were projections out there saying that Jalen Hurts should be like a third, fourth rounder, but Eagles pulled the plug. So I guess it's a good thing that the Eagles did that. Because if you think about it, where would the Eagles be without Jalen Hurts? He convinced AJ Brown to come to the Eagles. He convinced Jason Kelsey to stay. A lot of people just want to play with him in general, even though there was a fake consensus out there like nobody wants to play with Jalen Hurts. We know that is what absolutely false at this point. But let's listen to what Jerry Jones had to say about Jalen Hurts because he's under a lot of fire with this Trey Lance thing.
If he had hung around long enough, we might have done this on the Philadelphia quarterback back 2 years ago on it. But again, my point is that this we view it as an opportunity. We view it as an additional part of this team that could pay dividends this year.
All right, so what he's saying is that if whatever his name is, that Prescott get hurt, he's saying Trey Lance can really step in and do something. But Cooper Rush was able to do it. I mean, Cooper Rush went 4-1. He lost to the Eagles, who was a really, really good team. Why Cooper Rush couldn't do it again? I simply believe this is a pickup of Cowboys, a low key letting them know, like, look, you mess up, we looking to move on. And that's exactly what the Eagles did with Carson Wentz. We know that got this no trade clause, this and that, but I believe if that mess up, he will waive that no trade clause to get traded to a team he wants to. Because say if Dak Prescott have that Wentz year, like the Cowboys just fall for whatever reason, and Trey Lance come in and finish off the season for whatever reason, I believe the Cowboys will move on with Trey Lance and that Prescott waive his no trade clause, like something like Deshaun Watson did, and go somewhere else, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see if that happens. But there's some turmoil there. And this is coming from an Eagles fan. We had to deal with it with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts, which Jalen Hurts eventually took Carson Wentz's job. And then we traded a six to get Gardner Minshew. We had to deal with Minshew mania because he beat the Jets. And not only did he beat the Jets, he went to Nick Sirianni, said, I want to start. So even Gardner Minshew started some. And Nick Sirianni had to tell him, like, look, we rolling with Jalen Hurts. He comes in again, loses his games, and people like, you know what? Maybe not any quarterback can win with this roster. Got rid of Gardner Minshew because we needed somebody that was okay with their spot. And Gardner Minshew, he just simply wasn't okay with his spot. And look, he wanted to be QB1. He let Anthony Richardson beat him out. So again, I'm not sure what's going on with Gardner Minshew, but the point is that bringing in the caliber of a Trey Lance and Mike McCarthy's scheme, you just never know. Never know. All right, so I'm gonna talk about this a little bit, just a little bit. My guy Devon Allen. Devon Allen speaks to the media about how hard it is to make the Eagles roster. But let's listen to Devon Allen.
To be honest, I have no clue. It's tough because our offense is so high powered. There's a lot of good guys in the offense, and our special teams unit as a whole did pretty well last year in terms of just ranked in the country, and that kind of is a reason why we made it to the Super Bowl. So it's tough. I'm trying to do my best in the job description given to me, and when I get the opportunity, and I think that today obviously helped, but I think my goal is just to continue to get better, and I think with more reps and stuff like that.
I don't know what Devon Allen talking about, but look, he better make this team. He better make this team. I believe he's possibly can be the best kick returner we have on this roster. And I never knew how big of a division it is with the people that want Devon Allen and the people that want Covey. I thought most of us was on the same page, but we're not. People like Covey had a solid year. He did this, he did that. Covey is safe. That's my problem. Covey is safe. He's going to give you 9, 13 yards. He's going to take a big hit. He's not going to turn the ball over. And that's really it. Maybe he'll give you a 20-yarder, 25-yarder. But with Devon Allen's speed, he can give you points. He could give you an 80-yarder. He could get you to the goal line. I'm telling you, he's just a difference maker. He really is, especially with that speed. Speed like that, you just simply cannot teach. It's just God given. Some people got it, some people don't. God gave me a 6.01 speed. He gave Devon Allen close to a 4 point something speed. So, look, man, I get the people that like Covey, but again, Devon Allen, he's just different. Like, think of the kick returners we had. We had like a Brian Westbrook in the early 2000s who used to return kicks here and there. Then you had Deshaun Jackson who used to return kicks. Then you had like at least like Darren Sproles, those guys that give you points here and there, or at least get you to the goal line, chance to win the game, flip the field, make the offense life easier. With Cover, you just don't get that. You don't. Again, you're not gonna get a turnover. You get basically a few extra yards. Greg Ward, he's gonna fair catch, give you a couple yards. That's it. Greg Ward gave you 5 yards. Cover your pie gave you 10 yards. Whoop de do. All right. Both are very safe. They're going to catch the ball. They're not going to turn the ball over, but we need a difference maker back there. And I just simply believe is Devon Allen. Devon Allen made his case, even as a gunner. He can be some special on special teams. Now, as far as playing wide receiver, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, you got Oz, Watkins, AJ Brown, and Smitty. Like it's gonna be hard for him to get on the field in that way, but special teams, he's good. Give him a shot. And that's why I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. Like special teams being that. No, our special teams is not that good. That's what he's supposed to say. But man, he better make this team. Two guys. Eli Ricks and Devon Allen need to make this team. Even though I believe it's a long shot for Devon Allen, I still think he should make the team. All right. Speaking of making the team and not making the team, yes, more cuts were made, and hate to see it. I definitely hate to see it, but here we go. This is something from yesterday as well. Dan Arnold, Tyree Jackson, Ian Book, Dennis Kelly, Brent Toff, Josh Andrews, Tyrese Robinson, Deion Kane, Cameron Tom, Kennedy Brooks, Freddie Swan, Johnny King, Jason Hasselwood, Marvin Wilson, Kalad Sanders, Ala Sagapalalu, I believe that's his name, Robert Cooper, Quentin Bell, Tyreek Maddox Williams. Now, when I look at this list, I see the Eagles possibly putting 3 on the practice squad. I really like the Tyreek Maddox Williams kid. He can develop and really be something. He gave me that same look that I gave Kristen Ellis when I'm like, oh, Kristen Ellis can play, but we just somewhat stacked. So he probably not going to make the team. And he was on a practice squad. And when he came up, he showed a difference, or he was a difference maker, I should say, on special teams in the Christian Ellis. And I think Tyreek Maddox Williams can do something really good on this team when his number is called. Tyree Jackson, because Tyree Jackson is still good. Like he's still good. It's just that you can't really rely on his health, and just never came up to par. So I get why the Eagles are simply moving on for Tyree Jackson, but he should still make the practice squad, and maybe even Dennis Kelly. I think those 3, but all in all, man, not shocked by this list at all about any of these other names. But Monday and Tuesday will be the days where we're gonna get some names. We're like, that's gonna hit us. It's gonna be a gut shot. But hey man, what do you think? How do you feel about the list? Not really surprised again. Certain guys just simply not gonna make it. I wish we could keep them all, but some guys are just not gonna make it. But this is Eagle Al. I'm up.